and she's been with that club since 2009. She is an ALS and an ACG, was the Area 83 Governor in District I. Please help me welcome Letty to talk about success as a treasurer. Letty?
Thank you. Today I'd like to talk with you about achieving success as a treasurer. What exactly does a treasurer do? At the club meeting, you receive completed new member applications and dues. That means you receive a piece of paper and a check, or possibly an application with a credit card number. It is your responsibility to announce when dues are due. I like the term dues are due, and explain dues structure. You can find the dues structure from a printed copy of an application. It will break down by month when the potential member is joining, what amount that they are responsible to pay. Greet members and guests. This is just not related to the treasurer. As a whole, it is for all officers and all members of the club. But I like to just remind you that it is your responsibility to greet members and guests. Outside of the club meeting, I bet you didn't think that there was going to be anything to handle outside of the club meeting. Well, it is the treasurer's responsibility to provide the bank with a new signature card by July 1st and January the 1st. Now, I put both dates down, but some clubs only elect officers once a year. So for you, that could be only July 1st or January 1st, all depending on when your officers are installed. Prepare a budget within 1 month of taking office. Don't worry, I'll talk about preparing budgets at a later time in this presentation. Complete tax form 990-N. Very, very important. One of the first things that you should do when you take office as a treasurer is go online and Google tax form 99-0. Complete it and submit it. Prepare and send due statements by August the 15th and February the 15th. I know this seems a little strange compared to my next comment, which is collect and pay dues to World Headquarters by October the 1st and April the 1st. The reason that I say to prepare and send due statements out earlier is that sometimes it takes a while for your members to pay their dues. And if you start early, you will not be late and miss one possible Distinguished Club President's Award. Work with the Vice President of Membership to contact members who have not paid dues. Yes, it is your responsibility to notify members when dues are due, but it is also the President of Membership's responsibility to help you collect those dues from hard-to-collect for our members. Pay dues online at www.toastmasters.org. And again, that can be referred to as Toastmasters International. Very simple to follow. You log in, and you as an officer can click on Club Business or Club Central. Select your club from the pull-down, and just click on Pay Dues. Submit new member applications and dues to World Headquarters within 48 hours after receipt. A word to the wise. If you have an application in your hand, do not put it away until you've processed it. The old saying goes, out of sight, out of mind. And plus, it's easier if you just handle a piece of paper in your hand, and there's less of a chance that you'll forget it. Add new members online. Again, add new members online through Toastmasters International. Outside the club meeting, pay bills as due. One thing you do not want to have happen is you find a padlock on the door of your meeting place. Or, if someone's responsible for bringing refreshments, not giving them the money would result in a very dry meeting. Keep records of all financial transactions. Make sure that you keep copies of all statements, receipts, and anything that can support the spending of club funds. If required, present verbal and written financial reports to the Executive Committee quarterly, October 15th, January the 15th, maybe April the 15th, or July 15th. Now, who is the Executive Committee? That would be the officers within your Toastmasters Club. If required, submit club accounts for audit. Some clubs have their checking accounts audited sometimes every quarter, every 6 months to a year. Attend club executive committee meetings. And again, an executive committee are the officers of your Toastmasters Club. Attend district-sponsored club officer training. This would be your TLI training, and it is training that every officer is required to take upon being elected a Toastmasters Club officer. Arrange for a replacement if unable to attend the meeting, only if you're required to present information at meetings. Make sure that if you are scheduled to present a budget report or a report on expenses or a report to propose expenses, that you are in attendance at the meeting. Or if you have a designee or someone that you're training to assume your responsibilities after your elected time is up, that they present your findings for you. Prepare your successor for office. I say this for last because it's very important. It is important that you, as an officer of your club, help prepare a successor to your role. And the reason that we say it's important is you do not want a member to feel overwhelmed when they have decided to take the next step into an officer position within your club. Prepare a budget. And I said I would address budgets later on in my presentation. Some of you have never prepared a budget before. What do you do? Well, first you gather your materials or your documentation. 1, a list of expenses. And expenses are rent, beverages, if you have to pay for, say, advertising material, if you have to pay for supplies, postage, those are expenses. A list of income sources. Income sources are your dues or anything that you receive as profit from fundraising. Previous year's financial records. That would include a copy of the previous year's budget as well as copies of bank statements and a calculator. You will definitely need a calculator. Preparing the budget. Well, how do you create the budget? You want to set a goal. And the goal is set by meeting with members of your executive committee or your officers. You discuss what you hope to accomplish in the year, and then you look at the money you have to spend and the income that you have. You create categories for expenses: advertising, membership drive, rent. Those types of things are expenses. Use a consistent record-keeping method. And by that, you can use a ledger book, or you can actually use your bank statement and just write down what the checks are for and if it was budgeted or not budgeted for. That way it's easy when you review the next year's budget to see if you need to increase or decrease what you budgeted. Submit the completed budget. You submit the completed budget to the executive committee first, and then you present it to your actual club. And then the club votes whether or not to accept or reject your proposed budget. Fundraising. Is your fundraiser suitable? think about fundraisers. You do not want to have a fundraiser that is offensive or that goes against Toastmasters' vision and what they expect from members. So what are types of fundraisers that are acceptable? Conduct a speechcraft contest. And if you do not know what a speechcraft contest is, please log on to Toastmasters International and learn. It is a great way to help members improve their speaking skills as well as draw in potential new members. Conduct a presentation from the Success Communication Series or Success Leadership Series. This is a great way for your current members to expand their speaking and leadership skills because it requires them to present to groups. Could be within a corporate organization. It could be for people who they're a membership of societies or clubs, or it could be total strangers. But you can actually charge for this service. And companies and organizations love for people to come in outside of their company and speak on success and communication. Hold a raffle, auction, white elephant sale, or a bazaar of donated goods. You've probably done this in your churches or your civic organizations for years, so this is not a new idea. Except advertising in the club newsletter. Just like being a newspaper. You go out, you solicit potential advertisers or businesses to advertise in your club newsletter. You can charge a fee for this, and it's perfectly acceptable. Sell entertainment books or diners books. This is very easily done. I've purchased entertainment books and diners books from schools for years. They're well worth the money, and they would be readily accepted by people in general society. Create and maintain a speakers bureau. Speakers bureau is basically for your more advanced speakers, but this can actually help you raise funds and can increase the speakers' overall exposure to outside speaking engagements, and it really helps boost the members' confidence. So I'd like to thank you today for sitting through Achieving Success as the Treasurer. Being elected as an officer of your club is a responsibility and a privilege, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.